Hey,
What's up, guys? Your boy Steve is in here.
what it do, baby? What it do, Steve-O? We're back. This
We
your boy
we back.
AB.
Man, listen, man. First, before we even start, man, we gotta say thank you all for the people that have been watching us. Continue to rock with us. And if you're watching this on a replay, we just want to welcome you. Welcome to the live. We hope we break this thing down and hopefully that you get something out of it. So we just want to welcome all of them. Uh, but what's up, man? What's going on with you, man? You look like you're rocking something today. What you rocking, bro?
Hey, look, I went around the house, right? I went around the house. I'm like, let's see, how much money have I given these people over the years? You know what I mean? That's when you start realizing, like, yo, this company really owns us.
I mean, Nike is big. The company we're talking about is a household name. It is big.
Okay, Steve, I gotta. This is what I want to talk to you about, right?
What?
If we were to talk about the most recognizable brands in the world, right?
Yeah.
The most who's number one? What brand? Okay, look, I'll say this. I say it starts at Jesus Christ. It starts with the Christ. It starts with Christianity, the cross. Hey, yo, you're with us?
Dude, it's like repeating. What is going
No, what do you mean? It's the website.
It's hold on. Okay. You know what happened? I had my TikTok on. So everything you're saying, I hear it and then I hear it again. I'm like, what is going on here? I'm like on the twilight zone. That's why I'm like confused.
Wait a minute, we're
No,
live
I
on
was
TikTok too?
no, not TikTok. I meant to say Twitch. My bad. Twitch. So I had Twitch up. I mean, if I have to say the most recognizable brand, I would say for me is Coca-Cola and Nike are the
Wait,
most
you're
famous.
forgetting Jesus Christ. You're forgetting the Christ, the cross.
Oh my god.
Listen to me. The cross is the most recognizable brand in the world. Okay, that's at the top. Nobody.
This guy is
You can go.
foul. This guy is foul, bro.
I mean, that you can make a point though. Like, if I go to like the jungles of, I don't know, Latin America, and I show them the cross versus like a Coca-Cola bottle or a Nike logo, which one they gonna recognize first?
You know that's actually a good question. I don't know. I do not know. I know Bible is the most sold book of all time, but as far as sign, I mean Nike's up there. You know what I'm
Yo,
saying?
Nike's up
Coca-Cola is
there,
up there. Yeah. Very recognizable, man.
bro.
So
So
hold
I
on.
went around
Hassan
the house,
says, "Oh, go ahead.
McDonald's
Go ahead.
too.
Finish your story. I'll talk.
Ask AI what
Okay,
they'll
can you?
recognize. I don't know. AI, you think AI will answer this? I think it's gonna be too controversial.
Let's
They're
see.
gonna give you like a
Let's see.
random.
Let's look it up. What's the most recognizable brand in the world? I think they do rank it. Actually, they used to do a ranking um every
You
year.
know, I
What?
think the Muslims, our Muslim brothers and sisters, they got to work on a logo of some kind. They don't really have anything.
Okay, so you know what's surprising? Wow. Um, dang, I'm actually surprised with who's number one. Um, you would not guess actually who's the number
The
one,
most
but we did this
Don't
company
tell me
before.
Facebook or Google.
We haven't done that those companies though. It's a company we did.
Apple?
Apple. Apple is the most recognizable. And then it goes down the list of runners up. Then it's Coca-Cola, Nike, McDonald's. So Hassan, your own point. So and then Google, Samsung, Microsoft, Amazon, and then Mercedes
But look,
Benz.
if I go to some kind of jungle in Uganda or some shit like this, they're not gonna know Apple. They don't have internet. They're gonna know Coca-Cola. They're gonna know Nike for sure, and they're gonna know the cross. Don't play with the Christians, okay? No matter what you say about the Christians, they got this thing spread out all over the world. So you gotta. I mean, I don't know. Can we do like any financial report on the Catholic Church? Do they have a financial report we need to do on that?
I know they do actually have a financial. I mean, we could do that actually. One of these. That would be a very interesting topic to explore. How churches and all that. It's not, but the nonprofits do report their data, not SEC, but there is a website you could get their information.
Oh,
We could
that's
actually
right.
do
You're right.
nonprofits as well. Yeah,
Joe Osteen, baby, we're
that'll be good.
coming after you. Joe Osteen, we're coming after you, baby. We're gonna do church week.
I
We're gonna
I like Osteen though. That's my guy. Osteen, if you're watching this, baby, shout out, man. I listen to your
if we
sermon
come
all the
after
time,
Joe
dog.
Osteen, we all gonna know he's gonna go down. You know that boy's not clean.
Oh,
Didn't they find some cash on
no
him?
way.
They
Oh,
found some
come on,
cash
bro.
on
Just
him,
because he's
man.
nah, dog. Just because he's mad nice, people hate on him, bro.
All right,
So,
guys. So tonight we got the biggest apparel shoes company, one of the biggest companies in the world, and one of the most iconic companies in the world. Probably the most knocked off brand in the world, arguably.
I would say so. I
You
would
know what
say
I
so.
mean?
And it was ranked as the third most name dropped fashion brand in hip hop between 1995 and 2015, following Gucci and Versace.
Wow. So it is an American company. America, man,
USA. Trump will be proud.
American company. Let's do a little. I got a little video we can see that talks about the rise of Nike. San
Okay.
is in the house. HJ is in the house. We got Bree in the house. Who's the fourth viewer? Drop a name. Introduce yourself. Let us know what kind of information you want us to cover about Nike. We're gonna we're gonna kind of get into some of the fun stuff. We will get into some of the numbers, but we're gonna try to balance it all. Some interesting facts, right? And we're gonna do some financial stuff. Steve, I got a little quiz for you later on about
Ooh,
Nike.
okay, okay.
I did a little research, and I think it's kind of a cool thing. But anyways, look quickly. I went around my house, right? I got a Nike shoes one.
Okay. Are those Air Maxes? What are those? I don't even know what those are.
I don't even know. I stole it from my brother.
Okay.
Um, I got some old J's.
Okay, you got them Jordans. Okay, I see
You know
you.
what I mean? But look, all three of them, by the way, made in Vietnam.
Dang.
Okay, that's actually very important. It's gonna come later on. Most people would not have. Most people would think China, right?
Yeah,
Right. So, and then I got one more. I didn't even realize I got three Nikes in my house.
you ain't even
Plus,
know.
I got Nike on the Astros jersey.
Ah, okay,
So just to kind of show you, like, um, Nike's everywhere.
bro.
Nike
Everywhere.
is everywhere. They're sponsoring. I mean, is there any athlete that's not sponsored by Nike? I mean, just the domination. I know it's Adidas versus them, pretty much.
Yeah, I
But
yeah, I think it's gotten a little bit more competitive, but in general, a lot of athletes are sponsored by Nike.
so, I mean, some of them are signing lifetime deals.
Yeah, yeah, we were just talking about that. I mean, LeBron James has signed a lifetime deal. Kevin Durant has signed a lifetime deal. Obviously, we got Jordan. Uh, he's been there since
The 80s,
literally. Yeah,
84 to be exact.
right.
They made a whole movie about that. The
He
movie
did.
Air.
That's actually a great movie too.
Great movie. I should go check it out. It's about the story of how Nike got with Jordan to sign at 18 years old
Yep.
and
Yep.
designed the shoe for him. It's actually a cool story. Um, but let's get into some of these kind of general facts about Nike, guys. I don't know if the video should we do this a 7-8 minute video? I
Seven,
don't
eight
know.
minutes.
Yeah, that seems like a little lot, right?
Yeah, I thought you were talking about like 2 minutes or something like that.
All right. Let's skip the video then. We'll get into some of this information. So it was founded in 1964 by Phil Knight,
Mm-hmm.
but he founded it with his coach
Yep.
from Oregon, University of Oregon, Bill Bowman. So what happens is Phil Knight goes to Stanford Business School.
Yep.
He is thinking about shoes and how the Japanese were making some really good track shoes.
Yep.
Ends up going to Japan.
Yep.
Ends up linking up with this brand on Tiqua's Tiger. Now it's a, how do you say, Asus?
Aces, yeah, which is a big
Yeah.
running shoes right now.
So he gets with this guy, becomes their distributor for this
Yep.
brand.
Yep.
So he starts selling it out of the trunk of his car at track meets, right?
Yep.
And then they get with his coach. Eventually, they end their relationship with this Japanese brand, start designing their own shoes. They renamed their company from Blue Ribbon Sports to Nike.
Yep.
So that name was actually given to them by the
Your
first
first
employee.
employee. Yep.
Yes. And then this swoosh story is crazy. Do you know about the swoosh story?
The Swiss story I do not.
So he goes to Portland State University, gets one of the graphic designers, and pays her $35 to design the swoosh.
Man.
So actually, the story gets better. They later on they give her a bunch of stocks, so they didn't screw her all the way. If they had just kept the $35, that would have been just so foul.
But let's keep it real, right? Right
Oh my
now.
God, here
No,
we
let's
go.
keep it real though. Let's keep it
Here
real.
we go. We got the
Right
capitalist.
now, no, right now it is a recognizable brand, right? But if you look at it, it's just really a check sign, bro. It's not a big deal. Let's just keep it real. You know what I'm saying? I wish we get her perspective on how she designed it. Like, I wonder if she's in a rush and she's like, yo, you know what? Let me just give him something. And she just did a little swish. Because if you
But
think about it, there's not a lot of design to it. I mean, it's recognizable, but
I
it's
mean, she
not.
came up with it. Damn. Are you saying that she doesn't deserve the stocks they gave her later
I'm
on?
not talking about deserving and not deserve. I'm just saying if you look at that design, if somebody gave me that, right now obviously it's so recognizable. It's kind of hard to
I
separate
mean,
Nike
any
and
of these brands. Look at that McDonald's arches. What is so special about that? I mean, we can go down the line.
no,
Apple,
no,
everything.
agreed. But like a Swish has nothing to do with Nike. Like, at least the McDonald's is like an M. You know what I'm saying? Relates to McDonald's. Apple is an
Uh,
actual Apple. Like this, just so I
Checks
don't know.
over stripes, baby. Nah.
How impressed? I wanted our viewers to tell us how impressed are you with the Nike
Are you
logo? I
guys
know
impressed with the Nike? I mean, I don't know. We just felt they just made us like it, or what? What do you think? Is that what
I
happened?
I think that's what happened, bro. I think it's so good that we kind of like it now, you know?
All right, let's keep going here. When IPO in 1980, they signed that big deal with Michael Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when the whole Air Jordan, that whole, I mean, we'll get into it in the report. You know, they do break out Jordan and see how much he brought in. That brand brought in. Um, Bree said because a woman came up with it, I'm very impressed.
Fair enough.
Okay, so they launched their "Just Do It" slogan. I mean, we all know kind of like what is it? The rest is history, as they say.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so Phil Knight is kind of the face of Nike, but this his coach here is actually a very key part of the story that doesn't really get mentioned much. This Bill Bowman guy.
He is very important. So just to add a little bit of context as well, Phil Knight himself used to be a runner at that school. And Bill Bowerman, he was a coach, a well-known coach. He used to coach Olympians and all that. Not only did he do that, at this time, running was not popular for mainstream audience. And he wrote a book called Jogging, which sold like a million copy, and that's what got running popularity. So he was the perfect person for him to partner with. And then when they end up wanting to sell these shoes, it was a good opportunity. And then the reason that he even sold from his trunk is that he tried to sell it to other people, other companies, and everybody said no, we ain't buying from
Oh.
you. We already got shoes. We ain't trying to buy from you. And then that's why he ended up selling from his trunk. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So yeah, it's a very interesting story. If you guys get a chance, man, look up how Nike
Oh,
was
look at the
started.
what is
The
this?
YouTube
The
videos.
prototype. Wow. Look at this. The Nike Cortez. This is where all the cholos were in Houston. All the or my Mexican hermanos. That's that cholo shoes. Hey fool, you know.
Cortez. Hey, fool.
Hey fool, what's up, fool? But I mean, very iconic brand, obviously. Worldwide brand. So let's see what we got. We'll get into this one later. Okay, ready to get into the numbers, Stevo?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so I opened up actually their CEO letter to the shareholders. It kind of
Hmm.
summarizes what took place, so we can get to the numbers faster, and kind of tells
Okay.
you, what they're talking about, right? Um, Revenue grew was approximately 1%, and earnings per share grew 15%. However, we underperformed our expectations for the past 3 quarters and lowered our outlook. Um,
Okay.
so we have some numbers here. Let's get to some of these summary numbers. All right, let's see. We got revenue the last 5 years went up,
Revenue has been growing. It has.
went from
Wow.
37 billion to 51 billion.
Yeah,
Um,
it's big. I mean, that's a
Remember
14
earnings
billion
per
jump in 4 years.
yeah, that's huge. I mean, I don't recall any them acquiring any big brands or anything. So this is all just organic.
Yeah,
And for such a like a established brand to be keep going every year on the revenue, isn't it kind of amazing? Like you would think that at some point they would plateau out.
it's very hard. I mean, you're right, because when you reach enough market penetration, meaning you already are established and you already captured a lot of the market, it's hard for you to grow. You kind of stagnate. Um, and yeah,
And
it
new
is
brands are
impressive that
always
they're growing.
coming in, always trying to get market share from you. You know, it's a very highly competitive. We know, like the fashion market.
Very competitive, for sure.
You
Very
know,
competitive. Um, so return
now
on
return on
invested
invested
capital. So
capital.
this
What
is
is
the
that?
ROI. So it's essentially like if you invested in um, Nike, what's your return on invested capital? So if you look at the actual little asterisk, as mentions, it's a non-GAAP financial measure should not be considered isolation. Um, but it's supposed to represent the higher the return on invested capital, the better there is. So you're getting more return for your money. And it is surprising that, you know, in 2021, it almost had a 50% return on the capital, but it has lowered. So I'm curious what exactly happened in 2023 and 2024 because they have a lot more sales.
Right.
So that's interesting what's happening. I don't know if they're lowering their price in general or if they're hitting other big costs. And I'm curious why that is lower.
And look at this. I mean, when they say invest in S&P 500, S&P has done really well the last 5 years.
Yeah, yeah. So if you invested in Nike, look at that. So if you invested in Nike, let's say you invested $1,000, you would have gotten in 4 years that would have been about $1,300. As opposed to if you invested in S&P 500, you that $1,000 would be about $2,008. So a difference about 700 and something dollars, and that's just with $1,000. So Nike doesn't seem like it has outperformed S&P 500.
Yeah, and for those that don't know what S&P 500 is, basically, is it the top 500 companies in the U.S. market?
Yeah, essentially.
Essentially,
Yeah,
for the most part,
yes,
and they kind of basket it together, and you can buy like an ETF or mutual fund that tracks this indice. What do they call it? Indices.
yeah,
Yeah, and so you can buy that instead of just buying individual company shares.
right.
So essentially, you'll be owning a little bit of
Ev-
500
Yes,
stocks, a
yes.
little bit. So that's how S&P works. So you're kind of diversifying your money across multiple companies instead of putting all your eggs in one basket, which would be Nike. So that's what S&P is here for the viewers. Um,
So right off the bat, what you guys would notice is compared to Lululemon outperformed S&P 500.
oh, they
Uh
did.
yeah, that's what we noticed. But then if you look at Nike, that's not the case.
And remember, we were talking about earnings per share with Lululemon, and they were about $14 per share.
$14 earning per share. And then the company also we reviewed yesterday, which is Louis Vuitton or LVMH, they have like about $24 per share, which is even bigger.
Well, and Nike's only doing not even $4 here.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see. I mean, look, the thing is, they got everybody in sports. They got Drake. They got even streamers now. They got Kaisa Knight signing to Nike.
Oh, really? Kai's signed to Nike? I didn't know
Kai
that.
just signed the first streamer to sign to Nike.
Wow. Dang.
So they get everybody. It's not just sports. They got Drake. Like, I mean,
I heard they did an event with Drake too, like an actual like live event. I was just reading about that before I hopped
well,
on.
didn't he shoot like one of his music videos at the Nike headquarters in Oregon
Oh,
like
really?
a few years back? Yeah, he did a
Is that
whole
what
movie shoot
is
out
that
there.
is that what for Jumpman? Because he has that song, Jumpman, Jumpman, Jumpman.
Nah, it wasn't Jumpman. It was another one. I forgot which one it was. But yeah, he did it.
Uh,
And their campus is very beautiful out in Oregon. Like they have a huge campus. LeBron James have his own like building. All these people have their
oh,
own
for
building.
real?
Yeah,
Oh, that's sick.
very cool.
So Hassan says with Lululemon and the likes, I don't know how they could keep it fresh. That is true. That's what we were saying. It's very competitive. And then he said overlap all these athletics stocks
Stocks
on
on
Google
Google
Finance.
Finance. I don't
Mm.
know what he means by that, but
He's trying to say like compare the stocks of all these companies right next to each other and see
okay.
how it. Maybe we could do that at the end, like when we're doing the stocks comparison. We could
Yeah.
do that. Yeah.
All right. All right. Let's get into this annual report. Not bad. Only 106 pages. I already went through this. It's not. It reads way better than other ones. Um, I mean, I think we all know like Nike is in everything, and they do all kinds of sports goods. So, um,
And just for new people that are joining, we're reviewing what's called a 10K, which is an annual report, which you could get either from the website, you could Google it, you could find it at the SEC website. So what we have up right here is the 2024 annual report. And I think Nike is in a different fiscal year. So every company reports, they could pick whatever year they want. They could start from March to March. They could pick from, it doesn't matter as long as it's a year. So if you look at right here, see Nike, their year ends actually May 31st, 2024.
so actually,
So
the other one is due here soon. I'm surprised
yeah,
that
the
this.
other one actually might be it's just they probably need a few months, but yeah, the 2025 probably is gonna be ready soon.
Uh, I don't see it though.
Yeah, maybe it's because literally just finished June, July. They need like about 2 to 3 months for it to be ready.
Well,
So
right here is it. This one? Maybe I missed it.
yeah, 2025 is it ready? Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
We get
Fresh.
the latest data, guys.
Just got uploaded like what? 10 days, not even 10 days ago. Okay.
That you see. 'Cause, 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 'cause,
Yep. Incorporated in 1967, state of Oregon. So they have three brands: Nike, Jordans, and Converse. I didn't know that they owned Converse.
I didn't know. I thought Converse was his own brand. Oh
No,
wow.
they do own Converse. Yep.
Okay.
Um, I mean, we all know they sell bags and socks and everything. They got the Jordan brands. And then they got Converse. I guess Chuck Taylor, All Star, One Star, all this other stuff. Okay, let's see. Retail stores, Nike brand factory stores, 213. Nike brand inline stores, including employee
Employee
only
only
stores,
stores. Oh,
85. Converse stores, 78. So total, is that around the world? Oh no, United
oh,
States.
it's US. Yeah.
This is US. Okay.
For a brand that's that big, that's not a lot of stores. So that
But look at
means, they're selling through a lot of other department stores and all that.
retailers,
Yeah,
yeah. But look at this. United States accounts for 43% of their revenue.
that's huge.
Whoa. One country. I mean, you would think they're a worldwide brand, but US, 43% of revenue.
But do you see why US could do? You see why we could institute like tariffs and stuff? We have reviewed several countries, and if you look at revenues where it comes for most of these companies, the US has been number one. Um, so yeah, it just speaks to our purchasing power.
Yeah, and remember I said earlier with all my stuff was made in Vietnam?
Yeah,
Who was Trump talking about with the tariffs? Vietnam was in there with China at pretty high tariffs.
I think theirs was a little bit more favorable than China, though.
All
Nobody got
right.
as bad as China.
Yeah, not as bad as China, but it wasn't that nice to Vietnam either. he wasn't that. He might have been a little nicer.
A
You might
little
have to fact check
nicer.
me. I
Yeah,
think he just made a deal with them, though, right? Like so. Let's see how that affected them, right?
yeah.
Okay, international markets. So the rest of the world, 57%, and they have 658 total stores outside the U.S.
Nike brand and Converse sales account for 50% of total revenue.
Actually, most people, I'm sure, buy Nike like through like Foot Locker and that kind of thing. I can't think of like a Nike store. It's usually like an outlet store or something like that.
I don't remember being to a Nike store ever, to be honest. Maybe
Yeah,
like in New York. Like New York, they be having the brands like in New York City, like in Manhattan.
right.
That's the only place I think I've seen it.
Okay, manufacturing. Nearly all our footwear and apparel products are manufactured outside the U.S. by independent contract manufacturers. Um, so they have 184 suppliers.
Mm.
Okay, we had our tier two suppliers. Now look at this. This is the percentage I want you to look at. For fiscal year 2025, factories in Vietnam, Indonesia, and China manufactured approximately 51% Vietnam,
Wow, that's big.
28%. Um, oh, Indonesia.
Indonesia.
Last year, I think Indonesia was lower than China. I was looking at it. Now they're up. China goes down to 17%.
You see, they pivoted. They knew the tariff was coming, so it looked like they pivoted already early on.
Whoa, that is actually
Our
pretty
people.
cool. Yeah, because it was actually flipped, I think, last year when I looked at it. So that was
Interesting.
for footwear. That was for footwear, and then this was apparel. Apparel, it's a little bit more balanced, but now we got Cambodia in the picture. So we got Vietnam, China, Cambodia, 31, 15, 15. So
Wow.
Vietnam is still getting most of the work.
Wow.
Um, and remember the other day I was worried about Lululemon having like 5 suppliers giving them like 50% of their supplies.
Yeah.
We have the same situation here. The top 5 contract manufacturers account for 51% of Nike brand apparel production. So
That's
I guess
big.
it seems to be like more of a industry standard.
And I'm curious also if it's also difficult, especially with these higher end like products. I wonder if it's hard to find contract manufacturers that meet your requirement. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Because not everybody can manufacture for these people.
But I'm sure Nike has way more pull than Lululemon, at least right now.
Oh, for sure.
They can say,
Oh no,
"Hey,
no, for sure.
this factory is just mine. Like, just make my shit only," and they'll
Oh
be like,
yeah,
"All right,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yes, sir, Mister Knight, sir." Right? Um. So they actually have this thing. This is actually a cool one that I found. Air manufacturing innovation. Okay, this company is it's like their research and development lab, and they actually manufacture the proprietary. It's so it says Nike's proprietary division responsible for creating the iconic Nike Air units found in many of their popular shoes. These units are essential airbags filled with nitrogen gas that provide cushioning and support for athletes.
What?
Yeah, I thought this was super cool. And they
Provide
have
provide cushion for athletes.
look at
So
this.
there's this whole thing, and so I don't know if you guys know this, right? The past this year or the past few years, like running records have been breaking like left and right, and they attribute this to the new technologies in shoes. And I think
Mm.
some of this is a mixed in. And I wish Kia was here; he could probably speak more about that. But running records have been broken left and right because the shoes now, the technology has been amazing.
I know. I read like earlier the people that work at this facility, they have like PhDs and stuff. So they're like it's like a huge like R&D department for Nike. So
Right.
and they have so they have two in Oregon and one in St. Louis. And that's I think that was the company that they were talking about over here. Yeah. So with facilities near Oregon and one in Vietnam and St. Louis and St. Charles, Missouri. Um,
So look at the
and then
ingredients that they use. Ingredients, I said. I guess the principal materials.
it says
Like
fabrics,
fabric,
yarns, trims, yards.
and threads, both virgin and recycled. What does that even mean? It's not like brand new if it's a virgin. Okay. Interesting.
And then this one is kind of interesting to me. There's this they have like import exporting financing services. So they kind of list them here. And this company's just been working with Apple since 72 and I've never even heard of this company.
Yeah, I never have heard of it either.
Yeah. So I think if we research that, we're gonna go down the wrong rabbit hole.
Right.
So um, this is another note thing that I noticed. So this is talking about competition. I've never seen other people mention other companies.
Yeah, specifically. They do mention Lululemon as one of their competitors.
Yeah, and we just reviewed Lululemon guys the other day. I go check out that video. But remember On, the one I told you about On?
Yeah, you did.
Look at that. They put that Puma, they still mentioned it. Ling, I never heard of this. Li
Lean
Ling.
Ling. Let me look that up. Let me
Well,
see.
it's like, probably a Chinese brand. Um, okay, I think this is where they get into all this unnecessary stuff. Yeah. All right, yo, some of these this board and CEOs, some of them have been there since as a intern.
Man, day ones, huh?
Like joined Nike 1988, joined Nike 1979.
Sheesh.
So I mean that's the CEO right there. Yeah, Elton Hill. Okay, they make.
I mean, it would seem
Uh,
like a cool company to work for, though. Nike, you know what I'm saying? You're dealing with famous people, you're designing cool shoes, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like a hip, a cool company to work for.
yeah, I'll be fine. I mean, yeah, every day you're dealing with celebrities and athletes. You know, um, okay, let's see. And then this is where they talk about their whole risk stuff. Um, I don't think this thing is. They do have a wholesale customer base. We're gonna get into that later. Mm, mm, mm.
Hmm. My boy Hunter says visit the sweatshops. uh,
Yeah, I think there's the viral video of going down of like an Indonesian lady actually going to like a Nike store, and she's like, "I make these," and I think the shoes cost like her month's salary.
oh, the actual, so one shoes cost like what they sell it at or what they
Yeah,
make.
yeah, what
Okay,
they sell it at.
right.
Cybersecurity. Okay, yeah, let's go to properties here. All right, so the Nike World headquartered owned by Nike and located near is a 400-acre site consisting of over 40 buildings.
That's huge.
Yeah,
Ridiculous.
it's a beautiful campus. Um, in the U.S., they have 8 distribution centers. 5 are located near Memphis, Tennessee. It's kind of an
Hmm.
interesting thing. I think it's because like FedEx is there. I think it's because FedEx is there and it helps like get the stuff out quickly. And it's kind of in the
Okay.
center of the country, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Memphis.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I believe FedEx is there. Fact check me on that. They have like a huge operation there. Um, they have one in Ontario, California.
Yeah,
Yeah,
FedEx headquarters is in Memphis.
Okay. Hey, look at that. I remember some things, huh? I did not even Google that today. I just remember that from like way back when I remember seeing some kind of documentary on it. Okay, we lease approximately 1,000 retail stores worldwide. Wow, that's a lot of stores. I don't remember how many stores. Lululemon only had what? It was
It
not.
wasn't a lot, and I mean they primarily sell through their stores anyway, so it wasn't a lot. It was a few hundred or something like that.
Yeah. Performance graph. I don't get anything from this graph. Do you? Oh, actually, hold on.
Uh
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
this graph is not as clear though. I mean we could look at it if it helps, but we know for a fact that they have underperformed compared to S&P 500.
They have underperformed. Yep, they're literally the lowest. Even the Dow Jones U.S. footwear index was better than Nike. S&P 500 apparel index is better, and then the S&P by itself. I mean, S&P has done really well the last 5 years. So, from an
So,
investment perspective,
uh-huh.
it's
No, it's not good. I mean, it doesn't state obviously their future stance, but over the past 4 years, they really have underperformed. It's
yeah,
not it's not
not
one
not
to
doing well at all.
not doing well. And then Hunter had a question that said, "Are they affected by the tariffs?" Yes, it looks like from thus far that we reviewed, not only because we looked at as far as their suppliers. I think this year they actually switched their suppliers. Used to be more in Indonesia. No, it used to be more in China.
No,
Second supplier was China
no,
last year, right?
Yeah, so they went last year was Vietnam,
Yeah,
China, Indonesia. Now
Indonesia.
it's Vietnam, Indonesia, China. China being the third.
Right. Exactly. So it means that obviously they already have strategically have shifted and have now less exposure
Yeah,
to China, which China is the most has the most tariffs. And but yeah, their business has been affected. Actually, the past few years in general have
we'll see. I'm
taken
sure
that.
they'll mention it in here, but yeah.
Right. I'm surprised
Okay,
it's not
yeah, go ahead.
mentioned in the risk about tariffs, especially in the 2025 annual statement. They didn't mention that in the risk section.
Um, all right, we'll do control find tariffs and see if we can find something. But let's look at some of these numbers real quick to kind of see
Okay.
how well they did. Revenues for fiscal year were 46.3 billion compared to 51.4. Ooh, that's a big drop there, buddy.
Yeah, that's almost a $5 billion drop.
And this is fresh. This is May to May. So this was May of last year to
Yeah.
May of this year.
Yep.
Whoa, that's a five. That's a $5 billion drop.
Yeah, it's huge.
Wow. Whoa, that is a 10% drop almost.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Nike direct revenue declined 13%. Wholesale revenue decreased 7%.
Looks like across the board they just had lower sales.
Whoa.
Gross margin decreased 190 basis points means 1.9%. 100 basis
Okay.
points essentially 1%.
Okay. Gross margin decreased. So eh, eh, eh. everything is looking bad, bad, bad. Look at that. Return on invested capital was 20% this year. Last year was 34%. So, I mean, I wouldn't want to be the CEO of Nike right now. Like reporting these numbers at the annual report, at the annual meeting. Woo, that boy is sitting. Yeah, not looking so well. Factors impacting our business. Let's see.
Beautiful. All right.
Tax regulations. There you go. Fluctuating foreign max and new tariffs. There you go. As a result of the new
Yep.
tariffs, we expect to incur a material gross incremental increase to cost of sales over the next several quarters. We are taking actions to mitigate the impact of the new tariffs. However, fiscal 2026, we expect a negative impact on gross margin. We will continue to monitor changes to importing policies and could require us to change the way in which we do business. I mean, this is big reporting right here.
It is. But this is concerning on two ends. Their revenue dropped, which is not necessarily affected by tariffs because revenue, unless they increase their price, I could see it affecting it. But now what they're saying is their cost to make products has gone up. They already have declining revenue. So now you're going to be hit on both ends. Declining revenue, increasing cost of sales. So you think it's bad right now, it might get worse next year
Yeah.
if the trend
So
continues.
they're trying to figure out marketplace management. So repositioning Nike brand digital as a full price platform and reinvesting in wholesale distributions. This includes liquidating inventory through increased markdowns across Nike Direct and higher sales returns and discounts with our wholesale partners to reduce inventory. What does that mean? Higher sales returns and discounts and create capacity for new product.
So it looks like they want to
Mm,
get rid of their inventory. I think they were sitting about $7.5 billion in inventory. They want to liquidate those inventory and
to
start
get
new
the new
products.
products in, yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
this is kind of given increased investment in demand creation, including brand marketing and sports marketing support key product launches. So it looks like if you're an athlete right now, you should be like, hey, I got the people with me. Give me some money. Let me push your brand for you because Nike's not doing well. Their sales are down $5 billion in 1 year.
yeah, it's huge. That is huge. I mean, guys who are watching, right? If you are working for Nike, how do you think, if they ask you, how do you create more demand for more people to buy Nike? What would you guys say? How would you do that?
I think Nike should start buying some of these other companies like Lululemon, because Lululemon is doing fantastically. Okay,
They can't afford to buy Lululemon now.
they're broke right
They
now.
can't afford
They're broke right now. Hold on,
Lululemon might buy Nike.
we'll see how much cash they have. We'll check it out. We'll check it out. But
No, they probably could afford it. They probably could afford it for sure.
yeah,
I don't think
we'll check
Lululemon
out
would
their
still
debt.
buy.
We'll check out their so let's see, earnings before interest and taxes. I mean, they were still profitable, guys. Let's, it's nothing to sneeze at. We're just comparing it to what happened last year. They're still a profitable
Yeah,
company. They made a profit. Let's see, that's not actual profit number there,
net income is
right?
up top, up top, up top. You just missed it. It's right on top.
Where?
So net income is 3.2 billion, right above that number. Earnings before interest and tax. If you
That's
go above,
okay. Okay, they added back in to get this more
yeah,
favorable
yeah,
number. Okay, so yeah, no.
right,
So net income 3.2 billion. I mean, last year they had 5.7.
5.7, and then 3.2 is with almost $50 billion in sales. I mean, 3.2 is nothing to sneeze at, but I'm just saying, look how much work they had to do just to get
Yeah,
that profit.
that's
That's a
right.
lot of
Because
work.
I think Lululemon they had $10 billion in
Yes,
revenue, and I think their
yes.
profit was 2 billion.
Yeah, I think it was
It was like
more.
1.9. It was
Had to be more than
1.9
that.
something. Whoa. Whoa. I think we said we would buy Lulu
Yeah,
as a stock. I don't know if I can say the same thing about these guys. And remember, we were comparing their earnings per share with Lulu
yeah,
and Adidas, and we're like, man, like Lulu is just killing it because it was $14 to like $3.50 with Nike.
yeah,
And now we see what's happening.
yeah. They're and that's a huge decline. 2023 was lower, but then they hit a little bit of a spike. They got up in 2024, and then a huge drop. $2.5 billion in your net profit. Like that's that's significant.
But for the average Joe, they're looking at, oh yeah, Nike. I mean, how can Nike?
Yeah, it's
But
like too big to fail type of thing, or like just too like no, Nike's always there.
Nike is Nike. It's the most recognizable brand.
Yeah, yeah. As long
All that work. Remember, all this work. They got all the athletes. They're signing everybody and their mama, college kids. I mean, I'm sure half of the colleges in America are signed to Nike. I mean, all that work that went into it, and they had a worse year, way worse year last year than the year prior. I
yeah.
mean, that is,
And let me ask you this. How many Nike commercials you've seen in the past year compared to how many Lululemon commercials have you seen in the past year? Which one you've seen more?
I don't know, man. I don't see commercials anymore. Where do you? I don't watch TV like
Like
on YouTube.
TV, but to just answer your question though, I've seen more Nike commercials than I've seen Lululemon commercial. But the point I'm trying to get at
Yeah,
is
yeah,
Lululemon is killing it with
yeah.
less advertising, with less people that are famous. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, I think it's these days it's all about like that social media game.
Yeah,
It's that influencer game. Like I don't think these big ads. I mean, but well, if you're trying to make that point, well, they will say, "Hey, we have the most popular human beings on Earth signed to us."
that's what I'm saying though, right? Even with all that, if you're not able, they do have the biggest. You just mentioned even Kai Cenat, a streamer,
Yeah,
LeBron, Kevin Durant, like in tennis and soccer and every sport, they got the
I
biggest
think
draws.
Ronaldo. Check me if I'm not wrong. Isn't he the most followed person on IG?
Yeah, yeah. Let me
Isn't
see.
he with Nike?
Is Ronaldo with Nike?
Cristiano Ronaldo, the Mister.
Yeah, he's one of those people with a lifetime endorsement deal. Damn, reportedly worth 1 billion too. God,
Yeah, LeBron's was 1 billion.
my God.
Look at that, man. All
Woo!
that work. And
Dang,
Lululemon is over here selling some yoga pants, making
I'm
almost as
saying they ain't giving nobody a lifetime deal. You better work.
we didn't even we found like one like some Chinese actress was like the Lululemon.
Chinese director. He was
Yeah,
not known at all. That they made sure to emphasize a Chinese director as part
yeah.
of
You said something about some receiver, and I'm like, I don't even know that guy. You mentioned some.
DK Metcalf. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm like, who's that, bro? They got everybody and their mother
They
signed to
do.
them.
They do. I'm
It
gonna
looked
keep.
like they've fallen off the grace from the big Jordan years. Like, I
Yeah,
don't know, man.
yeah.
Um, let's see. Mm-mm-mm-mm. I like how they put demand creation expense. I like that wording.
Mm, that's interesting. So that's not even they don't call it marketing?
They
Like
don't call it marketing.
they
Demand
say that
creation. It's just
demand.
like anything to get you to be like, I need some J's on my
Oh,
feet. J's on my feet. They should be paying rappers more to rap about the J's or something.
man, but you see, guys, this is lessons also we could take. If you're running your own business, look how much is being spent on marketing. Demand creation is essentially marketing. Look how much they be spending. Like 10% of their money is essentially being spent on marketing, demand creation. This is
Yeah,
marketing is so important.
they went up. They went up a lot. Look at that. From 4.2 billion. Is this a billion? Yeah. To
Yeah, it's a
4.6
billion.
billion. So they went up $400 million.
Yeah,
Dollars. They spent $400 million more on marketing and they still had worse
yeah.
revenue. $5 billion drop in revenue. I mean, I don't know how they explain this. Like they just say we just didn't sell. I mean, I don't see a big explanation in here how you drop 5 billion.
Yeah, and what's interesting as well is if you look at the overhead expense, it actually declined, which is favorable to them, but they still
Number
did worse.
this.
Look at that. No, right above the demand creation,
Oh, this gross
operating overhead
margin.
expense. No.
Oh,
Below
oh,
this.
oh, oh, sorry, this.
Yeah, it went from 12.2 billion to 11,399. So
Yeah,
that means their expense actually went down,
a billion.
but you know what I'm saying? Even the selling and administrative expense, look at that. That went down from the previous year, but they are still taking a hit.
So this over operating overhead guys, this is like office people.
Yeah.
This is office people. So they might have had a layoff and that kind of thing. But yeah, it went down from 12 billion to 12.2 to 11.3. So it's almost like $1 billion in savings right there alone.
Yeah. So that's very concerning
So
that the
they're doing
revenue
everything they can.
they are. They really are because even interest expense went down. Even look at the other income expenses. Like it went down from 228 to 76. All that and still taking a hit because revenue looks like there's not enough demand right now.
They just nobody wants Nikes anymore. It seems like
Nobody
what's
wants
happening?
Nike, man. What's going on? They're not singing enough about it, bro. That's the
Or
problem.
maybe overall, like sales are down just overall. Like people just don't have money to buy stuff. I you know who I blame for this?
So,
Sheen, TikTok Shop. Yo, they taking everybody's money. Like shopping wise,
bro,
Amazon.
come on, but like Nike is a higher premium brand though. I don't think they should be affected by that type of crowd. You know what I'm saying? Like the Marshalls, the TJ Maxx are the ones that be hit with that, not Nike, dog.
I mean, I don't know. Is Nike really fancy though? It's kind of average price.
For like athleisure. I mean, look, if we go to a, if you don't mind, if we could go to a Nike store website, Nike could get expensive. You buy directly from them. Like it's actually
I
kind
don't
of
know. I mean, I
like a
don't
hundred
know.
and like I guess expensive is relative, right? I mean, for me, it's expensive. Uh,
185 bucks. I mean, that's not that bad.
$85. No, the shoes.
185 bucks.
I mean, it's not. I don't know, man. I don't think that's
How
cheap.
much do other shoes cost? They cost like $100. Okay, man. All right,
I
I mean,
actually some of these 85 is actually cheap.
look, I mean,
But like
it's not that bad.
that's not bad actually. 120 is not bad. But like their clothes and stuff like that, I'm just saying it's like, if you want to get a decent one and stuff, it's like $80, $90. Like the average person would not be
Yeah,
buying
Nike Tech
something
and
like that.
stuff, $75 for a hoodie. I mean, that's what the knucklehead down the street sells me, like a new brand. Like it ain't crazy like any of these.
75 is actually not bad. I've seen some that were like 110. Maybe they really have lowered their price because I remember seeing like over
Yo, I mean,
$100.
they give me extra
This one is not
20%
too
off.
bad.
Look at that. And I can
Damn.
clown out this thing. I just have to pay for 18.75, baby. That's all.
What? So that's
I can
$15
clown
off.
that,
You get
baby.
20% off. So you could buy that for $60
I
and put
mean,
it
I
on
can just pay
layaway.
right now, 18.75, and I can get this shit tomorrow at my house, man. I'll be stunted. I'll be out here flexing with these boys, man. Hey, I want a finance week next time. I want to cover Klarna. I want to cover Affirm. I want to cover all these because look at this. People are Klarnaing hard these days, man. This thing is available every
Yeah,
website.
yeah, for real. No, they are. They are. I mean, as a side note, guys, which one of you guys do you guys use Affirm, Klarna, or Afterpay? Just as a side note, because we want to do a finance week next week. Just in case you
Yeah.
use any of those.
We'll introduce you guys to some. I want to review things like Blackstone or BlackRock. Those guys, the big boys, the big private equity
That's
guys.
big. That's
That's big
big
money,
dogs.
baby.
I don't know what kind. There's not a lot of information with them, but if we can find something, yes, that
You know
would
what I
be
mean?
dope.
Chase Bank, those kind of big boys that
Chase Bank, we
making
can.
money.
That's publicly traded. Yeah, yeah.
Now Blackstone, BlackRock, they are too. I think
I don't know who
so.
BlackRock is.
All right.
No, BlackRock,
Well,
I think is.
you can fact check me, but let me rant a little bit about this damn tax rate. Look at this damn tax rate. I pay more tax rate than Nike. How is this even possible, Steve? How is this fair?
No,
Everybody watching this stream right now pays more on taxes than Nike, and they got $3.2 billion in just 1 year in profit.
I mean, this is why people get pissed. But when we covered this with another company, right? And I'm looking at right now the 2024 tax rates for a single taxpayer. And if you made between $47,000 to $100,000, you'd be taxed at 22%. Which is higher than what Nike paid, 17.1%.
Steve, and that what you just said was just a federal income tax. We
Yeah,
gotta add FICA on top of that. I gotta pay my sales tax on top of that. I'm taxed
yeah.
everywhere I go. You can't buy a house.
Property
You can't
tax.
sell a house. Yeah,
Yeah.
property tax. You can't own nothing.
No, it is insane. It really is. The
Guys, we're not
companies
making it
are
up.
benefiting a lot.
When Bernie Sanders rant about these corporations is not paying taxes, this is what we're talking about. We're getting it straight from their report. I mean, we're not. He's not
Yeah,
making it up. They try to make Bernie sound like he's a cuckoo, he's a crazy guy. No, this is facts.
numbers don't lie,
17.
guys. It's right there. And that's the highest they paid. Last year they only paid 14.9 and they made more money. They made more money last year and they only paid 14.9%. Do you know how much you have to make for you to pay 14%? Like around that? You have to make an individual between 11,000 to 47,000. Less than 50 racks.
Listen, everybody on this chat paid more taxes than Nike.
As a percentage, yes. Correct.
Yeah, as a percentage. Nah, yeah. No, it's still a lot of money, but man, like, how did they get? I want to do a special stream, Steve, just on taxes. We're gonna do our research, and we're gonna see how is it that they can do this. With the new big beautiful bill, right? I think he like what? Didn't he like permanently kept the corporate tax rate at like 15% or something like
Yeah,
that. You know, it
yeah,
was a temporary thing. He made it a permanent thing.
right.
So, guys, I mean, we're not trying to be political here, but we're just telling you what it is.
All right. So they break it down in here. Footwear is still the biggest seller, $29 billion in just selling shoes, guys. That's big. And then it goes to apparel, almost $13 billion, and then equipment. What would be considered equipment?
Like baseball bats and that kind of thing.
Oh, right. Okay. And
Yeah.
then Converse generated about 1.6 billion.
Ooh, look at
Um,
Converse. Ain't nobody fucking with Converse. Look at that. That's
I'm
bad.
saying, like,
20%.
who wears Converse, bro? I don't know who wears Converse anymore, man. I haven't. I still have a Converse shoes from back in the days, but nobody really rocks
Yo, look at this
Converse.
big change, dude. They went from 2.4 billion to 2 billion, now 1.6.
Damn, so Converse is a dying brand, literally. Like, it almost dropped a billion within 2 years. You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
Like, that's huge drop.
next thing you know, I'm gonna be able to buy Converse. You know what I mean? I'll buy the whole company. It's gonna be listed on Craigslist. Like,
On
buy
Craigslist, I like
the
that
whole
on
company. It's gonna be for sale for $80,000 on buybizsell.com.
It used to be owned by Nike. Oh man. Um,
Yo, eventually gonna find this thing on buybizsell.com, man. Wow, that's crazy though.
another very interesting thing about Nike is look at how much share the men command within this company. $23 billion of this their sales was generated by men. You don't see that with a lot of brands. Like women is only representing 9.7, which is like a third of that. You know what I'm saying? Almost a third. That's huge. Usually women command an a huge presence in most
Yeah.
brands.
And I guess it's that's outside of Jordans too. That's not including Jordans.
Wow, yeah, they did separate. Well, I think the men might still.
No, I think they probably like grouped Jordan under everything, like all in there. We don't know. We don't know how exactly how they reported that, but
Right. But Jordan itself, I mean, generated $7 billion in sales.
$7.2 billion of worth of Jordans got sold last year. But huge
I'm actually
drop
surprised
again.
it's not. I'm actually surprised that it's not more. That's
Seven
the
point two billion dollars. You know that's all that's all us.
No, I know, but I thought Jordan was way bigger. I'm actually surprised that it's not bigger than that. That's
But look at the
interesting.
drop though. Look at the drop, man.
It
Like
is a drop in Jordans from
it
8
went
point,
up the year previous. It went from 8.4 to 8.7.
and then it
But then
just
like
dropped.
look at this drop though.
$1.5 billion in sales that they declined. Uh, what did it say? Somebody said cheap viewers on streamboo.org.
Oh, we got our first Twitch what do you call those things?
But like,
Trolls or bot
oh,
accounts.
oh
Hey, we
damn!
got a bot,
What's
baby.
up,
We
repetitive? What's going on? And shout out to Rebecca too. We didn't say what's up to Rebecca.
oh,
What's
got
up?
Becca in the house.
We got Becca
We
in the
got
house.
6 viewers on YouTube. Guys, like the stream.
Like, subscribe.
Do a follow. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. We're breaking down Nike. We're breaking. It's a funeral. Really, it looks like it's a. It is not a happy stream, guys.
Eulogy, huh?
Yo, it's a $5 billion L they took this year in revenue.
It's not looking good
Everything is
for it.
down. It's all red. It's all bloody. It's all bloody red on these numbers, man. Nothing is looking good here.
No, it's not. Their children's unit is also declined. Even the women's have declined from 10.2 to 9.7.
I don't even know
Uh,
what this means, Steve. What does this mean? How can you have
others,
negative one hundred
others.
eight percent?
So others, there is a little parentheses. There's a note. It says others include products not allocated to men's, women's, kids, or Jordan brand, as well as certain adjustments that are not allocated.
I don't even know. How
Uh,
can you have negative 1.2? I don't even know what that means.
um,
They
listen,
lost money.
they lost money, obviously.
But this is a revenue report, right? This is revenue. So how can you have a negative revenue?
The cost of goods exceeded the revenue that they got. It probably costs more
Is this a
than.
net revenue statement? I guess. Can't. Well.
But the
hmm.
others, it is curious to see. It's not allocated to product design. are not allocated to products designed by consumer. So as well as
Uh,
certain adjustments that are not allocated. So there might be some other adjustments in there. It might be some type of expense and stuff. They didn't really.
yeah, we got they got this the supplementals. That's when you
Mhm.
get all this. They dive into
Yes.
this stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
There's
yeah.
a supplemental report that goes with this. They're not gonna get into all the numbers deep in here, but no, man, nothing is looking good here, guys.
This is the breakdown by geographical location. It looks like Europe, Middle East, and Africa is about 27%. North America, 44%. China is 15%. And does this say APLA? I
Yeah, I
don't.
think
I know it's Asia
Asian, other
Pacific,
Asian,
but
yeah.
then I don't know what the LA stands for. APLA. Let me look that up. I don't know what APLA. They usually say APAC in most places. I've never seen APLA.
But look at that. Wholesale is actually more than Nike Direct, but it's kind of, I mean, you said that eats more into their margins too when you're going wholesale versus selling direct, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, like it's a huge discount that you got to give to wholesalers.
So
Uh,
remember, guys, remember when we saw Lulu, they were almost 100% direct. Lulu was
yes.
100% direct, so that helps keep a lot of their margins. But when you're selling through wholesale, obviously, you got to sell it to Foot Locker at a certain price, and then they got to make their little cut on it and then sell it to the consumer. So Nike's not getting as much. Now, obviously, you get more shoes sold through if you're gonna do wholesale. And I think they just made up with Amazon, and they're back on Amazon now. They were broken up with Amazon for like by 5 years.
Oh, and guys, just to give you some perspective, wholesalers typically get about 10 to 50% discount. It's a huge, usually within 30 to 40% discount. So an item that
Wow.
you see for $60 on the Nike website is being sold for like 30 something bucks to a wholesaler. You know what I'm saying? So that's a huge, huge hit that they're taking. So their profit margin is lower when you sell them with a wholesaler, but it looks like 58% of their sales to generate the wholesalers.
Yeah, if I was
Still,
like
shoes
the
is demanding too.
shoes is way more than apparel. Yeah, 66%. Nike brand revenues, which represented over 90% of Nike's revenues, decreased 9% on both reported and da da da. Footwear revenue decreased 11%. I mean, apparel had a less decrease actually at 5%.
Right.
Wholesale revenues decreased by 7%. Nike's direct revenues were 18 billion compared to 21 billion. That's a decrease of 12%. Nike brand digital sales 20%.
Nike
So they're
brand.
not even doing it on the website. Their website is down.
Yeah.
Actually, their website is the worst one.
Yeah, they lost about $2.7 billion on their website alone. And even Nike stores sales were flat. Man, this place, Nike's taking hits wholesale, in store, online. You know what I'm saying? The neighbor's house, everybody. ah,
All
Hassan
right.
says they sold us air.
They
Nah,
sold us, and man,
for real.
that movie Air probably made more money than this damn guy.
Yeah, for real.
Oh my lord, they are. It's a bloodbath over here, man. Look at this.
I think
All
it's
right, so let's see. So demand creation. Remember, we were talking about this as marketing. They did a 9% increase, so they were trying to sell this stuff.
They did. They definitely tried.
They really invested in that. So they cut overhead. So a lot of accountants, a lot of lawyers, a lot of administrative people at the office got cut. So they put all that money into marketing. It's almost like it literally looks like a total flip here, right? Like 7%
Hmm.
lower here and 9% increase. So it's almost like they shifted the money from administration to marketing, but it didn't work.
Yes.
They still took the $5 billion that. All right, let's see. Demand creation expense increased 9% due to higher brand marketing expense, reflecting investment in key sports events, higher sports marketing expense. There you go. operating
Yeah. So
overhead. Oh, go ahead.
no, I was about to say part of that demand creation it also includes the endorsement contracts that they do to these athletes. Um, so they signed more deals. I think I don't know how much Kai Cenat.
Can you
Let me see
check
how
and
much
see
he got
if
signed.
anybody signed like any big guys they signed last year besides Kai? I think Kai
Let me
signed in
see
twenty four.
how
So
many
that was I
people
don't know if this was, but
signed
they're
with
trying to get in there, but it ain't working.
let's see how many people signed with Nike in 2024 and 2025. Um, so Nike signed 20 rookies in 2024. Oh, AJ Wilson also signed in 2025. In 2025, Nike announced 17 new signings for its NFL draft class. Another deal in 2025 was other people, but it doesn't actually. Let me see. What about entertainers? Let me ask it.
Let's see who's
How
on their
about
website, who they're pushing over here. I don't know. I don't see famous people.
so 2024? Little Yachty signed with
Little
them.
Yachty.
Kai Cenat. Yeah, for real.
Who cares about that
And
guy?
then he defended his Nike Air Force One collaboration. So he actually has a collaboration with Air Force One. Okay. And then a guy named
Well, Drake is his
Kamau
big buddy,
came
right? Drake is like really good friends with Little
with who?
Yachty. Little Yachty.
Yeah, I know they. Yeah. Uh, oh, they also signed Tyler um, in 2025.
Tyler, the South
The
African
singer,
girl.
South African girl. They also signed Jordan Childs, the gymnast. They even had Billie Eilish collaboration with her. Drake. There was a new Nike collaboration with Drake is anticipated for 2025 as well. So they have major entertainers and major athletes.
I mean, look,
Something is amiss.
they went up 400 million in marketing. So they spent
Yeah,
extra 400 million, and that all went to all these guys. Everybody's getting their bag now. You see, the thing is, as a Nike signee, whatever, you don't have like they're not saying anything. They're just giving you money. I'm sure you have requirements that you got to wear this stuff. You got to talk about it. But there's no tie to performance. It's not like, oh, you must sell X amount of shoes through your thing. You're just sort of just promotion, and they're just hoping that will bring more people to it, right? It's not like you're a
right.
salesman. Like you must sell certain units to get money. There's no performance tied to it. Let's see what we got. Income tax. We already ranted about this. I mean, crazy.
Yeah.
17.1%. Oh, let's see. They're talking about the big beautiful bill. On July 4th, the United States government enacted the One Big Beautiful Bill Act of 2025, which, among other provisions, changes the U.S. corporate tax income system, including the allowing of immediate expensing of qualified research and development expenses and permanent extensions of certain provisions. That's the one we were
Yeah.
talking about earlier
Yeah.
within the Tax Cut and Jobs Act. Certain provisions are effective for Nike beginning fiscal 2026. We are evaluating the future impact of these tax laws changes in our financial statements.
Guys, so
So they
this essentially means just a little recap. Immediate expensing of research and development means in the past they would have to do it over the years of they have to capitalize it
ex-
and then do it over the
explain
years.
explain to them, like, so if I spend like $50 million in research and development, I can't just immediately expense it. I would have
You
to
could
kind of
not, yeah, usually you would not be immediately able to expense it. You would have to do it over the years of the specific thing that you made. But what's happening right now is they'd be immediately able to expense it, meaning it's actually going to be lower taxes for them. That's going to, so we're looking at the 17.1. Next year when we review this thing, that might be at 9%. They might even get money back. So it's very beneficial for them.
I mean, like, what does that do though, Steve? So is that encouraging companies to spend money on R&D? Is that why the government does it? or is it to help the corporations?
I think you can make an argument both ways. I don't know why they never actually let them do an immediate expense, because research and development is an expense. But in the past, they say no, you can't do it right now because it would have to be capitalized and you have to carry it over the years. So it's beneficial for a company because you could immediately expense it, offset your income taxes, and get more money for you to reinvest back in your company.
But this tool gets used to make themselves look good on income statements. It's a little trickery they can use, right?
Yeah,
when
yeah,
when they were able to expense it, how they choose previous years, they can one year do it, like not use it to make their income statement look good or bad, right? It depends on how much revenue they had, that kind of thing.
yeah. But in the past, they were not able to do immediate expensing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, oh man, I've never seen so many negatives in my life. Like this is crazy.
So this is all the change from the previous year, guys. So all the negatives that you see is not positive. They went down from the previous year. Everything is down, 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 down.
Even China's down. China's the worst one. Took a L of 13%.
And we were comparing Lululemon yesterday, and they had better sales in China.
Yeah, Lululemon, they're gonna push it in China. Actually, yeah.
Yeah, China is a big market for them. I mean, we looked at Louis Vuitton and LVMH. Japan is a big market for them. Over here, Nike, it's a decline in all areas.
Look at that. Look at that revenue change right there. 31% drop in China,
Yeah.
and that's not even. This was not the best year for Drake to represent.
For
Yeah, they should
real.
sign Kendrick, man. That's actually.
Yo, that's probably what messed up the sale, when Drake took that L, you know what I'm saying? That affected sales.
So for our viewers, when Drake is over here talking about Nike, this and that, now you guys know they're not doing so well. Drake is getting his money, but as a company, they're struggling.
Yeah.
All right, so they might jump ship, but I guess these if I'm Drake, I don't care. I mean, I already signed my deal. That's the thing is, even with LeBron, it's probably guaranteed
Oh, yeah, yeah,
the $1 billion, right?
yeah.
So no matter how much, I wonder how they would write that as a liability on here. That would be kind of interesting to see, but I think Steve,
Already seen
I
that.
don't think we're gonna find anything in here.
I'm curious about their balance sheet. I mean, unless they have
Okay.
a lot of money and little debt, which indicates to me, because this business has been here for years.
All right, let's get to their balance sheets.
That's the only thing that's going to be the saving grace for them.
Let's see, because yeah, this revenue stuff is depressing me, man. They ain't got nothing.
Yeah.
Um, we did not have any borrowings outstanding under our 3 billion.
Yeah, and guys, just to clarify, too, we're not saying they're broke, but we're just seeing a decline in their sales across multiple geographies in different areas for men,
Across the
women,
board. Yeah.
across the board. So that's what we're saying is obviously they're still making money. They're not broke, but it's just a decline, and especially compared to the other companies that we reviewed.
To your point, they have $9.2 billion in cash.
Okay, that's good. Uh,
Um, let's see. Let me see if I can find you, Mr. Balance Sheet. Might not be in here
if
actually.
not, our good old friend Yahoo Finance is there for us.
Oh yeah, you're right. Oh, okay. The consolidated statement of income. All right, we just beat this thing up. Okay, there you go. There's your balance sheet.
Balance sheet. Okay, so they got $7.4 billion in cash. Inventory, that's pretty high inventory. 7.4, a little bit less than last year. So total current assets, they do have. Look at the account receivable. These wholesalers are not paying right away. They got 4.7 billion.
I was
And
just gonna bring it up. Remember how Lululemon was so low, and we
yes,
were like, "Hey, how's that a case?" Because they don't have wholesalers, right? Lululemon sells direct, These guys, when they send that stuff to Foot Locker, Foot Locker's not paying them right away.
Yep.
So this accounts receivable that you guys see, $4.7 billion somebody owes them out there.
Mm-hmm.
Foot Locker, Champs, all these stores, Macy's, and on
Yep.
and on and on. So collectively, I mean, if you owe me $4.7 billion, man, I'm pulling up, bro. I'm pulling up for you, man. I'm not playing with you, man.
Yeah, you're not waiting for an invite. You're coming
No,
to the
I'm
house.
sending somebody down there, bro. Like I know where your HQ is at. I'm pulling up on you. I mean, I'm gonna see your schedule. Like, when are you speaking? What's the next conference you're speaking at? I'm pulling up on you back. Yo, hey, yo, son, you gotta pay me, man.
That's funny, man. So it looks like property, plant, and equipment, they got 4.8. See, operating lease right of use assets, that's not real asset. If we
No,
look
we
at,
talked about this. Look at this. That's a
that's very misleading.
very misleading. Operating lease right of use asset.
And operating lease is typically actually short term. When it's the other one, when it's capitalizable lease, this operating is short term. But the way it's stated, 2 billion in your balance sheet. This is what you were talking about earlier. How that makes them look good. This kind of does make them look good, but it's not really. You don't own anything. Um. So yeah,
So
that's
where would the swoosh be, Steve-O? Right here?
the what?
The swoosh.
The swish could be an intangible assets, correct? Um.
Isn't that kind of low though? $258 million. I mean, I guess what else is in here? The swoosh, the website.
Well, the
Because
thing is though, I don't know if they have to book it with. Let me look this up because I think they would have to book it at historical cost,
oh,
not
that's right,
necessarily what the
historical
value
cost.
is. Yeah.
Yeah.
So a
So
trademark.
remember that lady sold them that paint that drawing for $35, and now look how much it's worth. I mean, that was then. Now it's probably worth billions. But so when this art stuff is kind of crazy when you think about it. Like, but yeah, intangible assets, guys, are like the website, like the Nike.com. That's an asset. The swoosh is Nike even itself, like the trademark things. I don't know what else would be in here, intangible assets, but yeah.
So it is booked at. I just double checked, and it is booked at historical cost. And what that means is, guys, when they first recognized the Nike symbol, they booked, okay, this is an asset, this is valuable, but they book it, which is $259 million. But currently, if they were to sell this company, just the Nike logo and stuff is way more valuable. So in this case, this is actually undervalued. This should be
Yeah.
worth way more, way more. So that's why it's good to read the annual statement, guys. Like, you could find little nuggets like this, you know what I'm saying, that could help you see if there's some investment value in there. It's Hassan says Nike lost the AF. I can't say I would invest in them now. Yeah, it doesn't look that
That
great.
makes sense.
Long
Accrued
term, yeah.
liabilities. Steve, what is this accrued liability? Is that like the kind of stuff like they own LeBron James some money?
So accrued liabilities is money that you owe, but you have not paid yet. It could be
So
for
that's
many
LeBron James
reasons,
right there,
but you
right?
haven't. It could be. Yeah, it could be
It
that, or it
has to
could
be.
be
Where else would it
whoever.
be?
I don't know how they paid him though. We have to look at his. I don't know how they paid him.
They might have been stocks or whatever, but I guess some of that is LeBron James. Some of that is all these athletes that they signed the lifelong year. I don't know how they initially would record that. It'll be kind of interesting to see. But LeBron James signed a $1 billion contract, so they have to show that
Yeah.
liability somewhere.
No, they do, and I mean, if so, hold on. Is it highlighted? What is it? Is it 5.9 or is it 15.9? I don't know.
5'9", yeah, 5'9".
5.9. Okay, the little indicator. I thought it was 15. I'm like, that's a lot. So even that has gone up from the previous year, guys. It went from 5.7
That's
to
Kai's a night
5.9. So
right
they
there.
accrued more money. Like, that's concerning because they also have a debt of almost $8 billion, plus the six over there, $14 billion that they owe money to, either their banks or to these other people that they owe money. Mind you, they still have lease obligations about $2.5 billion. So we're at like 16 billion now. And then decline and the deferred income taxes and other liabilities, another 2.2 billion. They got a lot of bills to pay, guys. This
They
is
owe a lot
a
of.
lot of money.
If I'm the
Uh,
CEO, I'm ducking everywhere I go, bro. I'm not like I'm like when you're passing up people, they owe a lot of money to a lot of people, and they don't even
yeah, this
have
is
like yeah, like but that's a lot.
and I mean what's really concerning as well is like their biggest sale is still shoes. Like 60 something percent of their sales is generated through shoes. So shoes is huge. If shoes takes a hit, company is no bueno. Hassan says the celebrity worshipping is crumbling. Many people are not into celebrities. We care about influencers more. Well,
Yeah,
they did sign Kai though, Hassan.
they signed Kai, but I
Does
think
that change it? Who else
but
do they
that's
need to
one
sign? You
guy. I
think
mean,
for
that's
you?
one guy, but like I think they're recognizing too, like that traditional celebrity, they don't really care that much.
Do stocks keep them alive? So yeah, they're not dead in the water, but we're just seeing like no stocks for sure. I mean, this business is not going down. But I'm saying this as investment though, right now with all they're going through, it doesn't seem like their stocks would be going up anytime soon, just based on the current data, unless other things change. But right now, using the financials, it just doesn't look good. But not to sound dire, it's not like the company's going to go out of business.
Yeah. I want to look at something real quick before we wrap up. First of all,
Hmm.
the sun is on the board. Let's see if I'm not mistaken. Yeah,
But they have a black person on the board too, huh? Oh, is that Tim Cook? Who is that
yeah,
guy?
so yeah. So Tim Cook is on the board.
What?
Yeah, it's juicy.
Oh
Do
wow,
stocks give them a like?
guys! In case you
Yeah,
don't know, Tim Cook is the CEO of Apple,
yeah.
and he's on the
So we
board.
got Tim Cook, the CEO of Apple, on the board. We have this lady, Teachers Insurance Annuity America. Remember, guys, the board is the people that get to make a lot of executive decisions, right? They can fire the CEO, etc., etc. Um, that's good though. They have this black lady. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Um, we have the former CEO of Kimberly Clark.
Oh wow. Okay.
We have this dude, Dean of what? Dean of NYU's Stern School of Business. Okay,
All right.
or was I think? I don't know if he still is. They got the CEO on there, Travis Knight. Now this is what I kind of want to get into. Steve, I want you to look up how much does Phil Knight own of Apple.
Let's
I
see.
want you to let me know what Google tells you.
Phil Knight.
Phil Knight, yeah. How much of Nike does he own? So Rebecca, you said, do stocks keep them alive? Um, guys, this is where stocks kind of become fugazi at some point, right? This is where, this is where investors kind of pull their money out. Companies can die if they keep going like this, right, Steve? Uh, Blockbuster has went dead before. When investors don't have trust in these companies, they pull the money out, they invest it somewhere else, and the stock keeps going down and down and down, and they could eventually die. Now here, Apple still has a high revenue and high net income, so it's still a profitable company, but the valuation is going to go down. It has to go down because as an investor, you don't care about who you invested to. You are gonna take your money where you think is gonna make you the most money. But go
So
ahead, Steve.
it
Yeah.
looks like he owns 51 million shares, representing 3.3 of the outstanding shares.
Okay. This is where I kind of wanna. Man, I wanna see this. Hold up.
But as he's doing that, though, Rebecca, I mean, they still generated 40 something billion dollars in sales. So that's still a huge number. But it's just been declines in the past 2 3 years. So if this trend continues, it's not going to be good. And as he said, as AB said, also this is going to affect their stock price. If you keep having declining sales, people are not. And then there's nothing obviously in the pipeline that indicates that something positive is coming down the line. So from an investment standpoint, it just doesn't seem the ideal choice in this moment to invest in Nike.
And I think the scariest part is that they didn't have like expense issues. They had revenue issues,
They did, yes.
which is very it's a revenue issue is way harder to solve than an expense
Very
issue.
concerning, especially when you spent more money trying to get demand creation and it still didn't work out.
5 billion is I don't know. That's a huge drop. That
That's big.
was,
Yeah, that's big.
first of all, did you know that directors get paid?
Yeah, for corporate companies they do, but some
I
places
didn't.
they don't. Yeah.
I thought it was free. No, like Tim
Nah.
Cook made $375,000 being on the board.
Oh yeah, yeah, no, they make good money, bro. Oh yeah.
What? He already makes a
Yeah.
lot of money being CEO. What the?
Hell yeah, bro. You think they're doing for free?
I mean, they don't do shit.
You're crazy. It's governance. No, you have to oversee, man. There's responsibility. No, there's work. They got to go to meetings. They got to eat good food. That's hard work.
Bro, I didn't know that. I didn't know they got paid, man. Look, like, but
But
by the way, guys, they don't show up to Nike headquarters every day and work.
no, they don't.
Like, right? This board of directors, they meet once a month. I don't know. It might
Once
even be
a
a Zoom meeting.
quarter and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Like, yeah, it's not.
Yeah. So it's not a full-time gig, guys,
No,
right? They have other jobs. So I mean, look at that. Mr. Son got he getting paid. Let's see. I'm trying to find this other thing though. Okay. There we go. Here we go.
is it the voting?
Um, I want you to look at this. This is the crazy. I was trying to understand this, Stevo. Swish LLC is owned by Phil Knight.
Okay.
Okay. And then we got Travis Knight Trust also is in here.
hmm
So if you add Phil Knight stuff, Swish LLC stuff, and this, I did the calculation earlier. The Knight family owns about 30% of Nike.
Is this so I see if you combine all of them, so the Phil Knight, the Swish, because the Swish looks like you're right, because Phil Knight owns 3% of the Class B and Class A 9.5, but they control essentially 30%. That's huge. That's big.
So when you Google things, Google is not breaking it down like how AB and Steve is breaking it down for you guys.
Facts. Look at that, man. That's a good gem right there.
This was me kind of looking at it like, wait a minute. I took 20 minutes. Like, what the hell is this?
That's a very good point, man. Look at this.
I
They have
had
a
to.
trust, they have a LLC, and they have Philip Knight. So the LLC and the trust will not have show up on Google necessarily. So you're only looking at just Philip Knight.
Yeah. So hold on. I did the calculation here, right? So I said, so I asked how many shares does Nike have total A and B? So total Nike outstanding shares are 1.4 billion shares. Okay.
Mhm.
And then I ask it, so how many of these 1 share is owned by Nike family through Direct Trust LLC? So he said, let's break it down, right? It says Swish LLC, which is Phil Knight's holding company, Class A, 230 million, Class B, 230 million. Phil Knight directly owns 8.3 million shares. And then you got Travis Knight through trustees and other entities. You got Class A at 230 million, and Class B, da da da. So estimated, you got all of stuff. So they own a 470 million shares of Nike. So when you divide that by 1.4 billion, 31.7%.
31.7. And then what's another important thing to mention is the Class A shares is not available to the public. It's only to insiders. And that has more voting power than the Class B. So that means these guys not only have money shares, but they also have a lot of influence on how the company is
Voting,
structured.
yes, they own 6 out of the 9 voting rights.
Damn, that's huge.
Yes,
So the company goes where these people say it goes.
yes, but they're doing it in a very sneaky way, right?
Yeah.
They're doing it in a very sneaky way. So, like we just did, when you Google it, it's gonna say, "Oh, PhilNet only owns 3%," but that's not true.
Right.
So he still owns 31% of this thing. I mean, that's kind of bad because it's going down, but it lets you know. I didn't know. Like I was like, wait, this makes no sense. But then going back to, so you got Vanguard guys that own 9%, and then you got BlackRock 7.3%. So um these are all the ETFs
And
and
you're right,
mutual
man.
funds, huh?
Yeah, and you're right, man. BlackRock is traded on the stock market. That's I
BlackRock.
stand corrected
Okay,
on that one.
it
Yeah.
was not.
No, it is. It is.
Okay,
You're right.
but yeah, look, Vanguard. So all your retirement money, guys, some of it is in here. You guys see, they own Vanguard owns 109 million shares of Nike, and BlackRock owns 89 million shares. I mean, this is not obviously every investment firm, but they're just kind of listing all the top guys.
I mean, Hassan said commerce is huge though. See, I'm the see
I'm the
I see
checks
chucks
everywhere.
everywhere. Man,
Ah,
let me
it's
tell you
not
this though.
showing
The
the
sales
numbers.
do
The
not
numbers don't
represent
lie, big
that.
dog.
It is actually Commerce actually has taken the biggest hit out of all of them. Like they took a 1 point something billion hit over the last 2 years. It's not looking good for Converse.
Nike stock. Let's see what the stock is doing these days. Let me see. So how the hell is it up 5% over the last year? Hmm. 6 month, it's up 3%. So when did this report came out? It just came out. Did they take a
Yeah, it
dip?
just came out.
So why didn't they take a dip though? This was bad news because we
Um,
just got this in
right.
7/17.
I think maybe there's more confidence about how maybe them being able to quickly and immediately uh, realize that research and development, maybe that's going to help them in the future. Perhaps that's what is favorable to them. Maybe the new tax bill. But from an operation
Yeah,
standpoint, I don't see anything beneficial. You mind if you go to Yahoo Finance? I just want to see what the analysts are estimating the stock to be in the
yeah,
future, so that we could give guys, because I know most
yeah. Because
people
we just shitted on them.
want to
Well,
invest. Or want,
right away we
yeah.
can see. Look, they're not. They're basically not not doing anything with them. Look at this, $77, and it's already about $76.
So it's
So
right now 76.75, and then they're predicting it as we go to analysis. They're predicting the average, and these are analysts that work for different companies, guys. Just to let you know, these guys, their job is to follow these companies. They usually follow a specific sector, and they make a recommendation if it's good, it's bad, or whatever. But they're, estimating that this to be 77. It's only 70, it's 76 something. It's only like a dollar something up. Like that's not a lot of money. I mean, the highest is predicted at 120. So how many people recommended strong buys right there? It's actually
it doesn't
10 people
say though.
recommended as a buy. 41, is that 41 or is that the total? 28 plus. But that if you look at obviously the graph, you could see that only a small percentage says strong buy. A lot of people said hold. A lot of people said sell. There's not a huge proportion that are saying that it's a buy.
Mm-mm.
And 1 year target is also estimated to be about $77. So
Yeah, 1 year.
if I had
Yeah.
money in my pocket, that this wouldn't be a stock I would invest in personally. Hmm. Bree
Oh,
said I
look
need
at
to be
that.
adopted
Look at
by
that.
Phil Knight.
I need to be adopted by Phil Knight. Yeah, how much is he worth, Steve-O?
Let's see what he's worth right now. Phil
Well,
Knight. Let's
like,
guess. Everybody, guys, guess
well,
how much you think
actually,
he's worth.
wait. Actually, you need to do 31% of the market cap of Nike because he's lying about the percentage he owns. They might
But
not
when
be
they do net
including this
worth,
shit.
but when they do
Huh?
net worth, though, I think when they do net worth, though, they do take in consideration any other companies and stuff he owns. Maybe
Man,
not the
dude,
trust, because the trust is not his anymore; it's his son's.
I need that family money. How
Right?
much?
He's worth 34 billion.
34 billion? Okay. That makes sense because but 30% of 113 is about mm, yeah, give or take.
Yeah, that's a lot of money, guys.
34, you said 34 billion?
34 billion.
Wow. So let's see over here. So we got 31 divided by 113. Yeah, 27. Mm-mm-mm. Oh man. Yeah, so looks like, I mean, it's been bad the last 5 years though. They've just been tumbling along. Actually, like they just been going down. 128 and then boom. They just been, I mean, they it looks like in April something happened in April. I think they might have had a good quarter or something. And then, you know,
And and the guy too, like it looks like from a CEO perspective, they've been having
yeah.
quick changes. You know, they had a CEO between 2020. So they had a guy from 2006 to 2020. Then after that, another guy from 2020 to 2024. And then now the new guy from 2024 to now is a new guy. And I think the way that he's going, I think he might be out the door too.
Oh yeah, Don. Yeah. This guy, yeah, he did it for 4 years, got him up out of there, and we got the new guy, Elliot Hill. 32 years at Nike. So why are they keeping this guy if they've been sucking? I mean, you've been sucking for 32 years. Why do I need to give you a CEO position? Shouldn't you bring somebody from the outside to help you out?
I mean, well, he was, are you saying he's been working there, I guess, for that
Yeah,
long? Yeah, I guess
like
you're right.
under you, we've sucked. So why would I keep you? I don't know.
I know, I agree. I think his time is numbered. I don't know why he's still there, honestly. They're not doing so well.
Because they just reported this too. So this
They
is
did.
this is the freshest data we've reviewed here, guys, ever.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. It's interesting. It's interesting. I don't know if this is indicative of like a shift in some sort of thing. Um, because look, the all time high. I mean, they had a big run all the way up to 160 something, and then it's just been downhill. So it looks
Yeah.
like they're kind of back like to their 2018 numbers. So I mean, in terms of Nike stock, this is the cheapest it's been in a while. Now, if you're bullish, if you think Nike will be able to figure this out, might not be a bad price to come in, but I don't know. Revenue being down 5 billion is it's very very concerning.
Yeah.
Like what is it, 10-15% down, right? I think it was something like that
Yeah. Yeah.
from the previous year. So, um, guys, anything else y'all want us to cover? Man, we've had a lot of viewers in tonight. Hopefully, it's been an entertaining one for you guys. Drop us a comment. Let us know what y'all think. Um, what's today? Tomorrow's Thursday, right, Steve?
Tomorrow's Thursday. We're looking at throwback companies.
We're doing throwbacks tomorrow. We're doing throwback fashion brands. I'm thinking we're gonna cover some dead ones, some that are alive, but are they dead or they about to die?
Yeah. 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 They're almost dying. You know what I mean? They're at
You
the
know, like a
hospital.
Tommy Hill figure.
Yeah, I'm curious if Tommy Hilfiger. You know, I mean, it surprised us when Bree told us. What was the one that she told us, and then they were doing really well. Is it Ralph Lauren?
Ralph Lauren.
No, what did she
Yeah.
say? She mentioned the other day the company she mentioned it was really doing well. But yeah, we're gonna do some research and see if ones that are like barely making it.
So
And then,
Hassan told me about Abercrombie and Fetch. Something happened with that guy. He was charged with like some sex trafficking thing.
oh wow, yeah, guys,
Abercrombie.
if drop it on the comment section. Any old clothing company that used to be relevant but that failed. If you want us to look at it, let us know. Drop it in there. Um, San, I live in Rhode Island. It's right next to Boston.
Oh yeah, Fubu. That's right. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah. Yeah,
Fubu,
we're gonna do Fubu for sure.
Sean
See.
John. That's another one.
Oh yeah, look at this. This guy, the
Centra.
founder, the former CEO of Abercrombie and Fetch. He was like sex trafficking.
Yeah, Sam, we're definitely doing Fubu.
He had a sex trafficking charges. The CEO of Abercrombie and Fetch.
Is he affiliated with our boy Epstein?
I mean, Jeffries. His name is Jeffries. And interstate prostitution on Long Island. Wow.
But Abercrombie and Star, I mean Abercrombie and Fitch actually is still a publicly traded company. Um,
Is it? You
yeah,
checking it now?
yes,
Okay.
it works
So
right
we'll
now.
check it out. We'll check that out.
Yeah.
Uh, he used promise of modeling jobs to lure men to drug-fueled sex parties in New York City, the Hamptons, and other locations. We got another Diddy in the building.
For real. How come he's not being charged, huh? What's up with that?
Yo, no, he is charged.
I know, but it wasn't like, I mean, all over the news. I didn't see him. I'm just finding out right now.
I didn't know either. Hassan, shout out to Hassan for telling me this. So we
Um,
got Diddy. We can cover what's his name? Diddy's company.
Sean John.
Sean John. We could do Sean John Fubu.
Yeah, we got to do
Um,
Abercrombie. I wonder how this affected the stock as well. We could kind of see the correlation, perhaps, when these allegations came out and see what the stock market, how it affected it.
crazy, crazy, crazy. Cause yeah. Okay, guys. Hey, we got 9 viewers in the building. We got nine. If you're in the chat, if you're in the live, please drop a comment, guys. Like, subscribe. Make sure y'all put that bell notification. It helps
Yeah,
out a
good
lot,
notifier.
guys.
For real.
And we want to see the subscriber count go up. And for y'all staying on, that really helps the channel because YouTube is saying, okay, they're enjoying it, they're staying on. So even when we end the live, y'all go back and watch it. If y'all just came in, appreciate all the people coming in. We got more viewers coming in.
Yeah, we
We're just
do.
wrapping up.
And
You
guys, we're
know,
trying to reach 500 subscribers by the end of the year. That's the goal. So if you could go into the, you know what I'm saying, the channel, subscribe, like my boy AB said, get notified and all that, do all that good stuff. We would appreciate it.
just like as we were saying, guys, we're gonna do a throwback Thursday, Fashion Week style. We're gonna cover old brands, old clothing brands. Fubu, Sean John, Abercrombie and Fetch is now on board. We're gonna do Tommy Hilfiger and see what's happening. Maybe they are making money. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? Abercrombie, like even what Sperry's, all these kind of weird
Yeah,
brands,
yeah, yeah.
right? But let us know if y'all want us to other brands y'all want us to include in that.
Yep.
But any final words, Steve-O, before we wrap it up? And shout out to everybody shout out to everybody in on YouTube. If anybody on Twitch is watching us, shout out to everybody on Twitch. We're
Yeah,
streaming on Twitch. We're streaming on YouTube, guys.
and more platforms to come. Yeah, just to wrap up, guys, on the Nike end, it's just very concerning. You know what I'm saying? A lot of their sales depend on shoes. They're declining revenue. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of competition. So we don't give investment advice, but just from our perspective, if I was investing my own money, Nike is not one right now that I would invest in personally.
Go check out Lululemon. Even LVMH yesterday was very promising. Yeah, I kind of echo Steve-O's. Nike website sucks. I don't know about that. It looks pretty smooth to me. I think visually they do a really good job. I don't know if it's fatigue or what. Just people just are kind of tired of the brand. I'm not sure, but yeah, I kind of echo Steve-O's comments. The drop in revenue was very concerning, and like we said earlier, to
Yeah.
get that revenue back up, to lose $5 billion in 1 year in revenue is just that is that is hard to come back from that. That might actually
100%.
signal an actual decline in the brand and not like
Mm,
a spoof. You know, it's not like half of it's not five
like a
not
one-off type thing.
yeah, it's not a
Right.
one-off like oh we had a bad year. Like this is just across the board, especially
This is doing
China
it.
went down, just dropped 30%. All these
Mhm.
declines. They might sell Converse. Converse is just not making any money. Converse down
Heard that.
20% last year, for example.
Yeah.
I mean, even Jordan was down 15%. So it's just down, down, down. Like these are not, this is across the board. Apparel, shoes, Converse, geography, China, North America, anywhere you try to slice this cake, it's just bad. So it's like
It's bad.
it's kind of like bleeding all over your body. Like which one are you gonna fix first? So you know what I mean? If you were just bleeding in one place, you can go there and try to fix that thing. But
Right.
they're bleeding in the head and the leg and the thighs. They're like, oh my god, where am I gonna go? How am I gonna fix all this? Yeah.
And they're bleeding, and then they go into expensive doctors, and they're not fixing the issues. That's what it is. That demand creation is up, but it's not helping.
But I just
Um,
want to say to Nike, we will definitely sign any deal you throw at us, guys. I'll be yo, throw me
yeah,
some
he
of
said
that.
all that. He said all that and said that. Ah,
Nike,
shoot.
throw me that influencer money. I'll be your next Kaiser Knight. You feel what I'm saying? I'm gonna be decked out head to toe on Nike on day, every day.
Ah,
Okay. Y'all go ahead and hit me up,
yeah.
Nike. I'm available. I'm already rocking y'all shit. I fuck.
Oh man.
Oh man.
oh
All right,
yeah,
my
man.
boy.
Thank
We're
you
gonna
guys,
get ready
man.
for tomorrow. We're gonna have a fire show. It's gonna be fun tomorrow, guys. Try to wear your retro outfits. I'm gonna try to put together some kind of retro outfit for tomorrow. See, I'm gonna look like LL Cool
Yeah,
J
guys.
from 1998 or something. So
Let's go,
y'all tune
man.
in.
Make it
Y'all tune
happen.
in
Let's go.
for my retro outfit tomorrow, guys. Shout out to Bree. Shout out to Sans.
All
Shout
right.
out to HJ. You know the Babil man
Shout out
from
to
our.
Rebecca.
Shout out to Becca.
Shout
Shout out
out
to your
to
friend that was in here
shout out
earlier.
yeah, shout out to Hunter. Shout out to all of them, man. And
Appreciate you
shout
guys
out
for
to the
tuning
viewers
in.
that are just coming in. We don't know you. Shout out to you as well.
Yes, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. We'll stream every day, guys. Stream every day around 7 to 8 central, and we'll post it. Yeah, go ahead and follow us on IG, YouTube, Twitch, same name. This is Profit Report with AB and Stevo. We're out on this Wednesday night.
Wow,
See
we're
y'all
out.
tomorrow, guys. Stevo,
All
peace.
right, peace.
All right,
Peace.
guys.